They basically were carried away into Assyrian captivity, and it kind of chronicles that story with them. Tobit is the father, Tobias is the son that goes on this amazing journey. It goes from there. Judith seems to be more of a historical narrative, like a non-fiction historical narrative. I'm sorry, fictional historical narrative. The Maccabees, I've already went through all that. Prayer of Manasseh, look at 2 Chronicles 33 through 1 through 16. It's an expansion of prayer of Manasseh in relation to the Manasseh of 2 Chronicles.
What was the passage? 2 Chronicles?
2 Chronicles chapter 33, verses 1 through 16. Wisdom of Solomon is a lot of prophetic information about Mashiach. There's a lot in there about Mashiach in there. Sirach is a kind of like a book of Proverbs, wisdom book. It was translated into the Greek by his grandson. So his name is Yahusha, and that's how that breaks down. There's a lot of wisdom in that one. Baruch, that one is like a letter, a chronicle of letters from Baruch. Baruch was a secretary, so to speak, or assistant to Jeremiah. So there's some stuff in there. And there's even correlation for Shaul quoted from Baruch. If you look at 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 20. 1 Corinthians 10, verse 20. And look at Baruch chapter 4, verse 7. You can see where Shaul pulled that from. Yeah, Baruch chapter 4, verse 7 correlates with 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. There's a letter of Jeremiah. This is one letter, and it's very good. It's written from the perspective of Jeremiah to the Hebrews exiled to Babylon. That's what it comes down to. It's a warning against idolatry. You're going into captivity. You're going to Babylon. Don't get caught up in idolatry. It's like you're getting taken captive to America. Don't be like the Americans. Get caught up in their idolatry and their ways. Esther is awesome. I love Esther. It's actually a pretty dark book towards the end. But the book of Esther is complete in the Septuagint. It has the full editions. So you're looking at the prayers of both Esther and Mordecai are in there. I don't, for the life of me, understand why they were taken out in the regular translations we have right now. I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. But you're always told that Esther, there was nothing about Elohim in there at all. The name I mentioned one time, that's not true. There was multiple prayers in there. And also the full decrees, the full written decrees of Haman are in there as well. So the decree of Mordecai and the decree of Haman are also in the full book of Esther. And then in regards to Job, there's some additions to Job where it breaks down Job's lineage. Job was an Edomite. He was not an Israelite. That's shocking to a lot of people because they just want to hate Edomites.
They're doing that because they have the notion that Edomite is the white man. That's what all the
that's part of
they were
it.
saying on the street.
That's part of it is the persecution and oppression we've had from the sons of Japhet. There are some white Edomites, but they're whited out Edomites. You can check their DNA and they'll trace back to Edom. It's funny how they do that. So I won't get into it right now. We have to close up, but so I'll say this. So there's two main genetic DNA, right, for paternal. I'm sticking paternal for right now. There's E1B1A for men. That is the native Hebrew Israelite DNA marker. E1B1A. The genetic marker for the Edomites is E1B1B. It's our brother. We're A, they're B. Now you got some folks that they just don't know. They haven't gone that deep. They don't know. And they want to say E1B1B is Hamites. They ain't Hamites. They're Hebrews, and E1B1B is Edomites. And Africa is full of Edomites because they were basically kicked out by the Mongols. When the Mongols came down from the north and killed everybody, and all the black folks either got killed or they got gone. Ishmael and Esau's descendants, the ones that didn't get whited out, went to Africa. So the persecution you're seeing in Africa right now, where we're primarily the victims, has been at the hand of our brother. Y'all let me go through it. All right, I'm done. I'll hit some of the stuff offline. Go to Genesis 25. Maybe do it. And then we'll pray and we'll close out.
They ain't gonna even go into Abraham's other sons. Yeah, because he had some other sons after them. I guess he told them go somewhere. Told them go somewhere else, so he wouldn't be messing with Ishmael. I mean, not Ishmael, but Isaac.
This one?
Yes.
Where'd it go? Where can I find it right now?
Looking for this is 25.
All right.
25.
I'll have to just pull that later. So, what I was looking for time's sake, I just got to tell you what it said, and I will find it later and get it to you. That's fine. Man, where did it go? All right, so it's in relation to Ishmael. I can't find it for some reason right now. But what it comes down to is this. In the scriptures, it talks about how Ishmael, his hand will be against his brothers. It's like that's just what it is. Ishmael's hand will continually be against his brothers. What you're seeing right now is in West Africa, for instance, because there's a joint house between Ishmael and Esau. Esau, after he found out that the wives that he had, the Canaanite wives, were not respected by his parents, they didn't like that situation. He married a daughter of Ishmael. Basemath, changed the name. I think it's like something similar. They had a son named Ruel. Ruel lined up and locked arms with Ishmael's lineage. So there's a joint house of Esau and Ishmael from that lineage of Ruel. There's a group of people right now in West Africa, from East Africa all the way to Northwest Africa and Timbuktu, that have been persecuting Hebrews since the beginning.
They
And
still
that
mad.
is Ishmael. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think what Nick was in Genesis 16, verse 12.
Go ahead, read it.
I'm gonna start at verse 11. And the angel of God said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yah have heard thy affliction. Verse 12. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren.
Yep, that's it. There's another reiteration of that he's always going to be fighting against his own brother. So that being said, bottom line is that what's happening right now, I'll just spell it out. I just don't want you to lump everyone that culturally is of this group of people to be that, although their root is this. The Fulani in Nigeria, they're pretty much in all of Africa right now. Like they're from East Africa all the way to Northwest Africa. The Fulani are from Esau. They're from the son Ruel. In their own Arabic writings, this is not Brother Dwayne making stuff up just to make some stuff up. I've studied the actual Arabic, I've studied the actual historical writings and teachings of them as a people. They come from Esau through their son Ruel. That's the reason why we're getting persecuted in Igbo land. You got the Fulani that dominated the Hausa, took them over. They're Muslim. They conquered what? By the sword, right? Didn't it say that Ishmael will live by the sword? Didn't it say that Esau lives by the sword? That's what was happening in West Africa right now. So there was a collusion between the sons of Japhet, Ishmael, and Esau, that joint house. And that's the reason why they persecute other quote-unquote black folks. Those are the mystical Africans that have been persecuting the Hebrew Israelites. Those are the mystical Africans that sold us into slavery to the Europeans.
Are those the same ones that were the Fez that assisted the Europeans?
For
some of them at least.
Let's shut it down before we got fellowship. I don't want to get kicked out or something like that. I want to be mindful of time. But yeah, answer is yes. The Moors of Europe, we always see like the black kings of Europe. Those are Ishmaelites and Edomites. We were the Jews of Europe that then got persecuted and kicked out, exiled to West Africa. It's in all over the world. But those kings of Europe, those black kings of Europe, the sons of Isaac, the angelic sons of Isaac, why would they pick Isaac and not Jacob? Think about that. Because
they don't want to associate with
Esau,
Hebrew.
Esau, his father is Isaac. That's the reason why. So you hear all this stuff about the Saxons, Saxony. That was black Esau that was ruling Europe. That's the reason why you have mulatto children that then got whited out that still hate Hebrews. But that's a deeper subject. I'll be y'all thankful for this time, this presence to come out here to the Dallas Assembly. Your hand being upon this word. I hope that it was thought-provoking to the people, that they're able to receive the truth that comes from your scriptures, that they're able to investigate and read into this for themselves, to get a revelation, greater revelation and knowledge of who you are in your scripture, a greater revelation of Yahusha HaMashiach. Amen.